We'll start with Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, your final preseason contest, what were your takeaways and how did you feel about your group?
Well, I thought the starters were really good, um, and I thought through three quarters that was by far the best that we played. Our defense was better. We had, I thought stretches where our offense was, good. I mean, you could see the progress. So I feel that we've had 5 days with good hard work, good attitude, and I think we've made some progress.
Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Steve, has there been anything that you sought to accomplish this preseason that you couldn't accomplish or did not accomplish?
That's a good question. I mean, I think that there's things like, certain defensive things and certain offensive things that we haven't even discussed yet. And I would think that every other team is in the same place that way. I think the big thing is I think our conditioning level is pretty good. We've done a ton of contact. I think the guys are getting in better rhythm. I mean, from an organizational, I mean, you saw it tonight, actually, Josh, like obviously like press offense and stuff, we've barely talked about, and especially zone press. So we were horribly disorganized. And, that's just, I mean, we haven't done it, so, yeah, there's a few things, but I would think every team would be in a similar place.
Chris Cuff, 24 Flicks.
So, Coach, one thing you said you were looking for in tonight's game was better show on defense. Looked like you had some real strong intensity, at least in the first half. What are your thoughts?
Well, the numbers are going to be so misleading because of the fourth quarter, where we really broke down. But through three quarters, our defense, that's by far the best defense we've played in these four exhibition games. So I thought we were much more into the ball. We were not as spread out. Our pick and roll coverages were better. And, they're difficult to guard. So, I was very pleased. I thought we stepped on the floor with a good attitude. And like, again, through three quarters, it really showed.
Dan Savage.
Cliff, I know it's just a preseason game, but for Cole to, be willing to take those tough shots and make them in clutch moments, just is that just evident of his attitude, that he's willing to go in there and do those type of things?
No, I think that one of his strengths is he loves to compete. That came out just watching film when he was in college at North Carolina. And I think it's, that's something that you can't coach. I mean, Coach Parcells had the great line is it starts with having as many guys on your team that will compete without the aid of a coach. And, he likes to play. He's like that in practice. And I thought tonight was great for him. There's a lot to learn from. And even though, some things didn't go his way, he hung in the game and he keeps competing. And, the big shot, I mean, he made a big shot. The big shot was Devin. The three was the big shot. And then Devin, who just went in the game, also made a huge defensive play by not fouling on that drive, which a lot of younger players would have slapped down. And then Cole made the big shot. So, again, there's a lot to learn from.
Josh Robbins.
Aside from what you mentioned about Cole, his competitiveness, what did he and Chuma show you over these four preseason games? Perhaps things that you may not have expected.
I've watched a lot of film on both of them, so not really. I think that it's listen, and they know this. I'm going to play them because I think it's our best team at the end of the day are going to be like what those two guys and Dwayne bring to our team are the things that we struggled with last year. They can get the ball going to the paint, and they can all shoot, so the things that we've struggled with, particularly against the better defensive teams, is playing inside out. And, those three guys can do that. Now, how big their roles will be initially, will be dependent on sometimes the matchups, and they have a ton to learn. I mean, you know, but I'm going to live with that. It's just it's going to be figuring out how we're going to sub, who's going to be on the floor with who, and that could be game to game.
Dan Savage,
Cliff, obviously, your main focus the whole time is getting ready for the opener against the Heat. What do you do over the next few days to build on this and get ready for that game?
Now, similar, I mean, meet with the staff after we watch the film tonight. What was good, what was bad, and we're going to take tomorrow off. We've gone 5 days in a row. We've practiced long, hard, played 2 games. The guys have played a lot of minutes, and then we'll have 2 days to get ready. So, I still think it has to be the majority of our time has to be worrying about us, because we still have a long way to go. But obviously, we'll prepare for Miami too.
any final questions for Coach? Great, thanks, Coach.